Enoch. He was the son of Jared, whose worship of the angels and of nature according to the ancient rabbis began the spiritual degradation of humanity. Although there is no biblical reference for this, in Hebrew it means to descend, and this may have been the way the rabbis explained why he had that name. It happened that, unlike his father Enoch, he refused to worship the angels. Instead, he walked with God. In that year 524, although his father kept living and having children for 800 years actually, Enoch had nothing more to do with him. When Enoch himself reached the age of 65, he became the father of Methuselah. And then he continued walking with God for another 300 years. It was then when something unusual happened. In 524, he walked Enoch with God, and he disappeared because God took him. The Bible makes it very clear that the duration of human life in those times was in cycles, much longer than today, even longer than Enoch's. In fact, Enoch, at 365 years old, died in early middle age. However, to say that he died is to read more into the text than the Bible allows. The Bible, it doesn't say anywhere that Enoch died. It only says that God took him. To understand why and what happened, we need to look in another book. The answer to what happened to Enoch was linked to a book known as the Book of Zephyr, Raziel. What does the Book of the Angel Raziel mean? Raziel, it means the secret of God. And it said that the book contains all knowledge, both material and spiritual. The angel Raziel stood on top of Mount Oreb for days and shouted these secrets to all of humanity. Clearly, God's secret was something that God himself wanted humanity to know, and Raziel was the means to achieve it. To make sure this wisdom would not be lost, Angel placed it in a book and gave this book to Adam. When the angels heard that the book had been given to Adam, that Adam's wisdom had flourished, they became jealous. They wanted the book for themselves. First, a group of angels came and bowed before Adam, hoping to make him sin and proclaim themselves as God. But Adam was not moved by their worship, saying, "Do not pray to me, but with me to Yahweh." Having failed to make Adam sin, the angels managed to steal the book from him, and they threw it into the sea. If they couldn't have it, then the human would be deprived of that book as well. Adam begged God to help him find it. God ordered Rahab, the angel of the sea, to find the book and return it to him. To keep the book safe, Adam hid it in a cave, but the location of the cave was forgotten when Adam died. 4 centuries the book remained hidden, but God sent a dream to Enoch, showing him the cave and ordering him to find and study the book, Sefer Raziel. Enoch took possession of the book and hid it once again. Then something amazing happened. I had read the book, but Enoch, he memorized it. Enoch became the book. That was a big step. The myth says that with Enoch, the knowledge was completely digested. Adam, as we saw, ate from the tree of knowledge, but he couldn't internalize it. Enoch, on the other hand, internalized the wisdom of the book of Raziel. He transformed it completely, taking it out of the earthly plane and bringing it bodily to heaven. Enoch left the earth, he lost his humanity, while Enoch is certainly the greatest example of human spiritual development. Neither he nor Adam complete the circle. Adam returns to the garden, and Enoch returns to the earth. Complete the circle. He will have to wait for other humans. Could you be the next person to do it? By internalizing Raziel's SEF, Enoch ascends to heaven and becomes the witness. He changed his name. Now he's known as the angel Metatron. In a text from the 3rd century AD about the ascension of Rabbi Ishmael ben Elisha and his encounter with Metatron, it explains how he transformed from a human, transformed into an angel under Michael and Gabriel's guidance. Enoch was sent to heaven to serve as a witness, to bear testimony to God's justice. Despite the destruction decreed against the living, God established a throne for Enoch. He announced across the heavens that from then on, Enoch would be known as Metatron. God said, "From now on, servant Metatron will reign over all my princes in heaven. Only the angels who bear my name are exempt from his rule. Any angel who wishes to speak with me will speak with him instead. Metatron will convey my will. Everything I command must be done. But don't worry, the 2 angels named Wisdom and Understanding are his advisors. They will make known to him the customs of earth and heaven, and they will fill him with knowledge of the present and the future." The transformation of Enoch into Metatron. Enoch's transformation into Metatron was very violent. His flesh turned into flames, his bones into glowing coals, his eyes shone with the light of the stars and became burning sparks. His entire being was a consuming fire. To his right, flames danced. To his left, torches shone. And all around him swirled gales and tornadoes, hurricanes and thunder. And then the angels became afraid that a human would rule over them. Not a human in his humble and alienated state, but the fully realized human, who has left behind the narrow egocentric mind and is transformed by God into one who knows the ways of heaven and earth. Metatron, whose name may come from the Greek word meta, beyond and thronom, which means the throne as his name suggests, beyond the realm of the throne, even of the angels, and he resides just below God in the theological hierarchy of the seraphic imagination. Metatron served by the angels of wisdom and understanding, so he surpasses them himself. His is greater than the status of the God promised to Adam and Eve, the serpents, and they ate from the tree of knowledge. Enoch Metatron, immortal, not in the sense of living forever, in the endless flow of time, which is what eating from the tree of life would provide, but rather in the sense of having transcended even time itself completely. Metatron is not just an angel, nor just a human. He doesn't die or lose his body. He is not the spirit of Enoch, the soul released from the body. Enoch is taken to heaven. Both in body and mind, he becomes fire, pure energy, while still retaining both his body and his mind. This myth points to a level of psycho-spiritual consciousness centered on God, which sees all things as aspects of the divine. This is the consciousness that knows the universe as the body of God. In his new form, Enoch possesses 72 wings, for each of the 72 Hebrew names of God. He opened 365,000 eyes to be able to see everything that happens daily. He transforms from flesh to pure fire. Then he was given a crown similar to the one God wears. He settled in a heavenly temple parallel to the Temple of Jerusalem. This heavenly temple was called the Tabernacle of the Nahar. According to the Zohar, the central text of medieval Jewish mysticism compiled by the Spanish mystic Rabbi Moses de Leon, Metatron is composed of the celestial union of the masculine and feminine aspects of God. In later Kabbalistic thought, Metatron appears as the angel of Debekut, mystical union with God. The Zohar says that Enoch was born just outside the Garden of Eden. From his birth, a sacred light shone within him, covered him, and made him the most beautiful of all men. Enoch saw the tree of life in the center of the garden. When he found it, he breathed in its fragrance deeply, and his heart was filled with the spirit of the tree. Suddenly, angels from heaven descended and instructed Enoch in the deepest wisdom of God. They took a book from the tree that had been hidden there and gave it to Enoch to study. Enoch read the book carefully and found in it the most sublime paths of God. As he practiced each path, the light within him became even purer. Soon, the light was at its highest level, and he wished to return to the heaven from which he came. To manifest this purity in Enoch's very being, in this way, Enoch, it is the promise that we can overcome our human limitations and regain our original divine potential. It is a symbol of what each one of us can become, and for what all of humanity has been destined for since the beginning. Metatron is called the guardian of the keys of wisdom. One of these keys is called the light of discernment. This light lets humans explore and understand the most sublime mysteries of creation. The human is imperfect, but it is God's will. As such, it can reach the divine through the workings of celestial consciousness. In fact, Enoch, he doesn't become something he isn't, but rather realizes what he truly is. A being divine, created by God. I am El Documentalista, and this was The Rise of Enoch.